Hey, this is Nathaniel, and yeah, this is looking really good. I like all the little detail on the clothing and the different materials you've got happening. This one looks a little sort of stretched in a way. Maybe you could try something a little different on the belt. It looks like you need some kind of texture on that. Could be good, unless it's just going to be like a metal thing, which would be okay. This one, yeah, it's all right. I would say. The white, it's a little bit just solid white. If you could get any more detail in there, that'd be good. A lot going on with the face and hair. It's nice. These colors are really interesting on the arm. And the hand stuff's looking good, although you've got this very obvious seam on the side. Well, really, you have a seam everywhere. There's a seam in the UV map. Um, One thing you can do is if you don't, I mean, you can fix it in Mudbox, but it's also possible to fix it right in Maya if you go to Paint, 3D Paint, and then you use a soft brush here, hit assign edit textures, and make sure you have a nice big texture size, and maybe JPEG or something. And then I'm just going to shrink this down, hold down B and click and drag. And then I'll use this clone, and it's a little tricky. You set the clone source there, like right here, and maybe click there. And then I'm going to make my brush a little bigger. And then it's not perfect, but let's do it again. Set clone source, say here, and just kind of, that's not really brushing that out, is it? Oh, I'm wondering if yeah, we're seeing the bump at the same time. So I'm just gonna break this for the moment because it's a little confusing. Yeah. Well, the others sure aren't lined up. Probably be easier to do this in Mudbox, but yeah, I mean, I think it's tricky because they're so not lined up. Let me. I'm just undoing my painting. Another thing we could try. I think it's you're gonna have a hard time blending this together with those not so lined up. I mean that these kinds of areas you can blend together, but the lines, because they're so misaligned, I think you'll have a hard time. So let me just try breaking this. I just kind of want to see what this looks like on the UV map. Oops, where did my image go? Oh. Let me grab like a UV shell here, like this one. And why does that keep disappearing? It's weird. I'm just gonna move this UV map a little bit. Oops. Oh yeah, it's not. Maybe it has to scale a bit too. It's getting closer. But what I would do is, yeah, maybe go through and try to line these up a bit more. See, I'm going off the back there, so you'll have to paint fill in there. But now that they're lined up, at that point, if I wanted to try 3D paint tool or doing it in Mudbox, either way, see how that I'm getting rid of that seam there. Let me just make sure the setting the clone source here. Maybe I'll go down here and then that's not great. Oops. When you have undo on this, sometimes you have to undo it multiple times. And make sure as you go, like you hit save textures, that'll overwrite your texture. Yeah, and again, are we seeing the bump map? No, not at the moment, but that's weird. It seems to kind of go in and out of there. Set clone source here, and then just paint this out. I think the lines are going to be difficult, but you can at least improve it. You know, sort of get away with that. Make it less obvious than it was. So anyway, and then when you're done, make sure you save textures. So you can go in there and try to clean that up a bit. Yeah, and just these very bright whites. I would stay away from this really bright 100% white. It's a little bit too hot. Maybe cool it down. I mentioned the belt a little bit. And again, here I think I like that you've broken up the different color areas, but again, maybe not a solid white. Maybe get in some kind of texture in there as well.